Alright guys, Shotty T here with another Alliance War video. This is a voiceover. So the war is not quite over yet. We got like 40 minutes left before the war is officially over. But we see that the bands there, and I have a different attack team this time. We got Claire, Corvus, and I-Bomb. So gonna be getting some Corvus missions for that Penny mini boss up there. So the first fight here should be to get two missions out the way. We got Iron Man, Infinity War. I technically could get three if I take a chance on getting auto block. Only way I can really get away with the auto block if I happen to combo into an SB1 and he auto blocks the hit, because it's hard for the computer to punish your SP1 with Corvus. But just gonna keep it simple though. We're just gonna reparry. There's no armor up buff for Iron Man Infinity War. The armor passive doesn't count towards that node with the power drain, as you guys can see there. And actually hitting him, getting that armor up actually makes the armor breaks cause even more damage. So SP2 should get the job done. We're getting real close to it. So just barely missed it. Probably could have did a longer combo and would have got the job done. But we're good. Just having a little trouble repairing there. Yeah, which is just not repairing for some reason all of a sudden. So we're just gonna go in with that. All right, so next fight here we have Man Thing. This is where you normally see him, especially in the previous wars where this node had like an element of shock to it, but it doesn't have that anymore. So he's much more manageable on this node. So basically, I-Bomb is just an easy matchup. It's just the only thing you really have to worry about is masochism and, of course, the aggressive fury. But as long as you are comboing correctly, you don't have to worry about the furies getting out of control. I do make a couple of mistakes in this fight, trying to, thinking I can jump in on this SP1. But I guess you can do it, just have to have more precise timing. But as you can see there, he got this one fury there. Like I said, we just try to do medium. Yes, I do it too late trying to charge in, but you see he has recoil, so I'm going to let my alliance member know after this fight that this fight has recoil. And the NFL games are just about to start, so like I said, we're just going to get this out the way. As you guys can see, I tried to do it again, so I think at this point I said, we're not going to do that anymore. Let's not get stupid. So we throw the SP1 again just to get the fury under control. Now this time I think I'm going to push it to an SB2 because we're close. Because every time I do that counter strike, I get closer and closer. And right now I'm just playing a little sloppy, but we got it done. All right, so that's part one of the war. So we take a screenshot for the suicides, and now we are about to head to the second part. All right, so now we got Corvus once again. Easy matchup. Probably a little overkill here, but, you know, better safe than sorry. We got this little root factor on the node. But we're going to use a greater cosmic boost. We need to renew our sigil, but we'll wait until Monday to do that because there's no need to renew it today, even though it's only $10. Because had a good poker weekend, or well, Friday at least. So we're investing our money right now into fantasy football, so hopefully I can have a good strike today. But we can always put some back in the game, but not at this moment. There's nothing to really put crazy in the game right now. So just got to stay aggressive on this node. That's the key. And just remind yourself that the AI has Counter-Strike, not Counter-Strike, but Power Focus 2. So after 2 bars of power, their power gain rate diminishes. So pretty easy, but she had threw her SP2 when I didn't want her to. So took a little bit extra block damage. It's no big deal. But that's that part. Now our next fight's gonna be Apocalypse once we get enough energy, and we'll be getting that shortly. And again, we're still at the football game. I think at this point, I think I might be in the bar after the football game, but still, it's a loud environment, so really couldn't do the live commentary. So I've fought this fight many times in battlegrounds with Abomination. I mean, obviously the main difference is Defiance, and that's relevant for this node because it has that uh, buffet thing. If you have a buff, it gets nullified, and they gain regeneration. And if they have regeneration, they also become unblockable. But Defiance takes that whole thing out of play. So really, it's just a basic fight. The only thing I just not don't need to do is push Apocalypse to SP2. Because since I already have a poison debuff on me, Apocalypse will apply, I think, a concussion. And the concussion actually doesn't help when I'm trying to apply those poisons for the acid burn. So the key is just to keep throwing SP1. Because even if you block it, he's gaining weakness. So it's not like you're getting crushed with it. So we're trying to bait SP1 as I mentioned. But now our aura's running out. So we need to throw this SP1 to keep it active. There it is. And now he has acid burn. We should be able to go in for the kill now. There we go. All right. So again, take another break. Got Nimrod next. Now this particular fight, this is the only reason why I brought Claire. So it's going to be pretty straightforward fight. And the key is just to stay in her initial phase, which is bleed immunity. Because you have chitinous thorns. Every time you strike an opponent with an armor up buff, you get bled, and the bleed is more potent on this node. So that's the key. Just stay in this node. Every time I was supposed to get bled, I gain power. And then what I do is, since he's bleed immune, so I'm just gaining my mystic charges, and what that does just makes my SP3 more potent. So what we're just going to be doing is just rinse, repeat SP3, and then just build up more mystic charges and do it again. So it's straightforward. So there we go. So you'll see this rinse, repeat, nothing to this node. But I can see it being difficult for some fighters, but this one she has the, I guess, the biggest, bursty type damage against him on this node. You got other bleed immune champs like Ultron or Warlock that can do this fight, but it's much longer. So, much longer. And Corvus, I'm not sure if I can get him down before the glaive charges run out. So that's why I didn't want to take a chance here. So, yeah, I'm just watching the football game. Like I said, just kicked off. But again, I'm just missing like the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. So anyway, back to the fight. And plus, every time I throw a special, he gives me either that cowardice or the power drain debuff. So that's gaining me willpower healing. But like I said, this is the only Claire fight, so it really doesn't matter. As long as I don't die, we're good. All right, let's see here. All right, I think we get one more. Yep, now we got 16 charger. This should kill him. I don't even know why I waited to throw that special. I could have threw it much sooner. Fight duration isn't really a factor at this stage. So rather make sure you know what you're sure of doing. But sometimes something like that, you can just be aware of assassins. All right, so this next fight, we're going to use Corvus. So now we're going to try to get the evade mission. So this is going to be a little bit tricky because obviously you have to trigger the evade, but you also have to knock down the opponent after that. But if I try to knock down with a heavy attack, which is 3-hit combo, she might evade one of those. So what I'm going to do here is parry, short combo, Then we're gonna parry to the SB1 to get the knockdown. So it'll get me the third mission. All right, so we're gonna parry and immediately throw the SB1. There we go. Even if she had max limber, I still would have got it off. So now we have that. Now, of course, I don't have True Strike, and even if I did, she would have nullified it because she has that ability to nullify True Strike buff. But I still got 3 missions, so that's just more critical damage, cruelty. So that'll be key for that third fight I have with Corvus. All right, and then we just intercept her there with the SP1, and there we go. All right. So now we move on to Boss Island. I think we are going to get these last 2 fights in before we go to bed. We were out late. We ended up being out late Saturday night. So by the time I got home, all the minis were down. So now we're going to go ahead and get these last 2 fights in before bed. We're up 5-2. Only got 2 deaths. And we're down there. But the opponent did not place all their defenders. They had 29 people placed, so there were 5 defenders short. And like I said, they still got a lot of work to do in RBG just alone. So here we're going to apply the big boy boost, their health and attack and champion. So we're just going to go ahead and get that done. It should be a quick fight. Now, I could have waited for the White Magneto pre-fight, but it's a rank 3 Corvus with 3 missions. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have, but I'm in pretty good shape here. So I do get the passive disorients applied to me, but so I obviously don't want to keep relying on the parry. Plus, we got the limber node, so we're just gonna kind of bait heavies now, hitting into her block. And it doesn't take very long to get her shield down. Get that 1 hit there. Let's hit into the block, get rid of the shield. It takes 2 hits. And of course, Hulkling would have done this fight too, but Hulkling, it would not have been as practical to bring him this war compared to, and plus for that Omega Sentinel fight as well. So that's the reason why I brought Corvus. So now we got the boss fight, got a Doom with Conduit, but Conduit, the only debuff they don't regen from, that's the damage over time, was 2 of them. You got, 3 of them, you got Rupture too. But then you have Poison and Bleed, so Eye-Bomb is definitely gonna do his thing there. And the Falcons get a 4th down stop. Awesome. Cleveland tried to go for it. We'll take that. Anyway, back to the commentary. So, at times I've had sloppy fights with Eye-Bomb against Doom. So that's the reason why I use the invulnerability boost. But I was pretty much clean Dexing at SB1 for the majority of this fight. I think I get clipped 1 time with SB1. So we come out this with pretty good health. Spoiler alert. So, but it's still educational fight, just to kind of give you guys an idea. If you got a Conduit, because you're going to see a lot of Conduit Doom bosses. Because, I mean, Torch could probably still do the fight. I think I've seen it, actually, with the Nova Flames. But it doesn't adjust the regeneration rate. So you still have to deal with the regeneration. But the smolder damage is potent enough to out damage the regeneration over time, especially the more smolders you get throughout the fight. But you also have to worry about Mystic Dispersion because Torch is not a Defiance attacker. So you have to deal with that factor. And plus he doesn't have the biggest health pool. His block efficiency is not great. So we got a little double dex there. And we clean dex to SB2. If I can do that on a regular basis, I'll just bait SP2s. I don't have to worry about the aura. Because I always dex that last beam just a little too late and get clipped by it, and that don't want that. That incinerate can be pretty deadly. So we got clipped there. Like I said, we backed up just a little too soon there. Got clipped with that SP1. But we still got 2 more invulnerable hits left. As you can see, we almost got a full yellow bar. And this fight is almost over. So now we're just gonna just sit there and just let him build up poison. We're just gonna chill, let it build up. Now it's overwhelming him. Now he's dead. So that'll do it, guys. That's the end of the war. So now you're gonna see my actual voice live take over at the end, and that'll do it for me. And you can see we're still down, but we're gonna win this war. All right, guys. Good morning. Yesterday was an adventuresome day. Was at a football game. It was pretty nice, college football game, and then went out and played poker later that night. So everything was voiceover for those that heard the other part of the war. But this is the first live commentary. We're at the end of the war. We're done. And what I didn't realize that the opponent only placed 29 sets of defenders. So yeah. So they still got some time to go, but we're done. So we died. I think we had a total of 18 bonuses lost actually. So yeah, we did pretty well. Much better bounce back this time. Forgot to see the handicap. Well, it was handicapped that way in the first war, but we lost. So this one we came out with a W. So we're 1-1 on the season. That's exciting. Let's take a look at the defense real quick. Like I said, they're not done yet. So let's see if any of my defenders got kills. Yay, got 3 of them. Woohoo! Look like we got a little brick wall right here. They must not have Tigra. Tigra destroys this node. But yeah, let's see what they got. Are they trying to quake it? Well, I guess it technically can be quaked. I don't know what that regeneration. Well, yeah, I guess it could be quaked. So right now they don't have the appropriate counters. I guess Torch could do it. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough task for what they got. Well, anyway, guys, that'll do it. Like, share, comment below, subscribe, and hit that bell notification.